They say size matters, but what about power packed into a single pair of cleats? In the theater of NFL, where every collision defines careers, two running backs shatter expectations with the force beyond their weight: Saquon Barkley and Nick Chubb. From collegiate fame to national stardom, these athletes emerged as the epitome of pound-for-pound might. Their rookie seasons brimmed with highlights, interrupted by devastating knee injuries that tested their limits. Yet through rigorous rehab and unshakable resolve, each staged a dramatic return. Barkley chased championships across city lines, while Chubb forged a legacy in Cleveland through loyalty. Their tales of triumph, setback, and grit form a modern saga of strength and versatility. Their individual stories may diverge, but together, they have reshaped the conversation around strength, resilience, and what it truly means to be pound-for-pound elite. So today, let's dissect the collision-packed journey of two NFL titans who have turned adversity into artistry. Saquon Barkley's journey began in the Bronx before he settled in Whitehall, Pennsylvania, where he emerged as a four-star high school prospect. At Penn State from 2015 to 2017, Barkley shattered school records, earning All-American honors over 3 seasons. He broke program records with 43 career rushing touchdowns and became the first Nittany Lion to log a rushing and receiving touchdown in the same game. In his freshman season alone, he posted 1,271 rushing yards, earning freshman All-American honors, and followed with 1,496 scrimmage yards as a sophomore. His combination of a 6-foot frame, 233-pound power, and receiver-caliber agility made him a marquee prospect entering the 2018 NFL Draft. On the other hand, Nick Chubb's journey began in Cedartown, Georgia, where his downhill running and punishing contact balance turned defenders into mere obstacles. At the University of Georgia, Chubb amassed over 1,000 yards in his sophomore season and earned first-team All-SEC accolades before a devastating 2015 knee injury, tearing PCL, MCL, and LCL, dislocating his knee, and suffering cartilage damage. His tenacity in rehab and triumph returned to top form forecast the grit that would define his professional tenure. At 5'11" and roughly 227 pounds, Chubb's low center of gravity and punishing contact balance foreshadowed an NFL workhorse. Now, both backs declared for the 2018 draft after storied collegiate runs. Scouts lauded Barkley's versatile athleticism and Chubb's raw gravity-defying power. Their college foundations established them as architects of explosive, punishing runs and set the stage for NFL stardom. So, the 2018 NFL Draft saw Barkley selected number 2 overall by the New York Giants, who invested $31.2 million in a rookie contract to anchor their offense around his rare dual-threat skill set. Barkley wasted no time validating his pedigree. He logged 1,307 rushing yards, 721 receiving yards, and 15 total touchdowns in 16 games, earning Offensive Rookie of the Year honors and ranking 4th all-time in scrimmage yards by a first-year back. Whereas Chubb fell to the second round at number 23 overall to the Cleveland Browns and inked a deal to become their power-running centerpiece. Chubb finished his rookie year with 192 carries for 996 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns, third among rookies in both categories to Saquon Barkley and Phillip Lindsay, along with 20 receptions for 149 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. While during second season, his 1,494 rushing yards were the second highest behind Derrick Henry, who rushed for 1,540 yards. He was ranked 36th by his fellow players on the NFL Top 100 Players of 2020. So, their rookie campaigns not only showcased individual brilliance, but also amplified the league-wide intrigue over which diminutive back could harness the most force relative to body mass. Both Barkley and Chubb arrived as distant impact players, laying claim to the pound-for-pound conversation. At first glance, Barkley and Chubb occupy different stylistic galaxies. Barkley blends inside zone precision with outside edge acceleration. His 233-pound frame conceals a transition from break tackle slasher to breakaway sprinter, turning 2-yard gains into 30-yard jolts. In the 2024 regular season, Barkley generated 2,005 rushing yards, becoming the 9th player in NFL history with 2,000-plus rushing yards in a season. His 7 touchdown runs of 60-plus yards established a new single-season league record. underscoring his lethal blend of leg drive and field-stretching speed 5. Chubb, conversely, epitomizes the classic bell cow bruiser. He barrels through A-gaps with textbook pad level and upper body torque, generating kinetic force that often leaves would-be tacklers grasping at air. Averaging 5.1 yards per carry through his first 5 seasons, Chubb led the league each healthy year in yards after contact, routinely delivering 90-plus yards after first blow per contest. His violent running style exploits minimal creases and consistently demands multiple defenders to halt his momentum. Despite starkly different approaches, both backs distill pound-for-pound potency, Barkley with his seamless power-to-speed ratio and Chubb with his unyielding downhill violence. Analysts measure their dominance in contact metrics and weight room feats, lauding Barkley's squat depth and explosive cleans and Chubb's 705-pound squats and 500-plus pound deadlifts. Impressive benchmarks for any position. Next, after posting back-to-back Pro Bowl campaigns, Barkley's season ended abruptly in 2020. In Week 2 against the Chicago Bears, he tore his ACL and strained his MCL, diagnoses that typically dock explosive backs for an entire year. During the game, Barkley rushed to the right and engaged with Bears safety Eddie Jackson, who wrestled him down to the ground near the sideline at the end of a 6-yard run. Barkley immediately grabbed the back of his right knee and removed his helmet. The headlines questioned whether his trademark burst would survive reconstruction. Barkley insisted on process over panic, embracing rehabilitation regimens and trusting medical science over fear of re-injury. He missed the final 15 regular season games, but even then he spoke of following the game plan mapped out by his training staff. Chubb's calamitous 2023 knee catastrophe. Nick Chubb faced his own career-threatening moment in Week 2 of the 2023 season. A violent tackle tore his ACL, MCL, and PCL, dislocated cartilage, and projected a multi-year chess match with physical therapy. Following the game, head coach Kevin Stefanski announced that Chubb would miss the remainder of the season. It was a crueler fate than any ankle sprain, striking at the core of his lower body power. Carted off the field, Chubb's Ironman aura seemed in jeopardy, yet even then he refused to indulge doubt, labeling his prior injuries flukes and vowing to put the right stuff into his rehab regimen. Rehabilitating from a torn ACL or multiple ligament injury is a test of patience and mental fortitude. Barkley's approach combined cutting-edge regenerative techniques with prehab routines designed to fortify his knee. He added stability work, refined his running gait, and leaned into his medical staff's expertise. By 2022, he was back to Pro Bowl form, setting the stage for his most extraordinary season. Chubb's recovery spanned nearly 2 full years. He re-entered game action in 2024. In 8 games, he recorded 102 carries for 332 yards and 3 touchdowns, averaging just 33 yards per carry. The Houston Texans reported he had cleared his physical and felt as good as he had in a long time by mid-2025, declaring himself over the hump and ready to regain his trademark burst. The true measure of these comebacks lies in the box score. Barkley's 2024 regular season was historic. 2,005 rushing yards, second most in NFL history, and a record 7 touchdown runs of at least 60 yards. Including the postseason, he amassed 2,504 rushing yards, topping Terrell Davis's previous all-time mark, and set a new single-season scrimmage yardage record with 2,857 yards. In clinched games, he was even rested to preserve his health, a luxury reflecting his team's belief in his irreplaceable value. Chubb's 2024 snippets showed promise and limited action. He contributed 332 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns on 102 carries, a 3.3-yard average that undermade his season narrative. Yet snap counts climbed in preseason drills of 2025, and veteran coaches almost mused that once his power-speed balance realigned, he would be unstoppable again. His early return suggested that, when fully recovered, Chubb's efficient 5.1 yards per carry career mark is anything but a fluke. Next, when free agency beckoned in 2024, Barkley made an unexpected pivot. He left the Giants despite publicly professing a desire to finish in New York, and inked a 3-year, $37.75 million deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, prioritizing title aspirations over continuity. His gamble paid immediate dividends. a Super Bowl ring, and his first championship, vindicating his decision to chase team success over hometown roots. Nick Chubb charted a different course. Despite years of Browns playoff heartbreak and management shakeups, he signed an extension to remain in Cleveland, declaring he knew he had a chance to come here, win a lot of games, surrounded by a great group. Fans lionized his fidelity, elevating him above transactional star turn in an era of mercenary free agency moves. Thus, in choosing loyalty, Chubb became the archetype of franchise identity even as he chased the same ultimate prize, content to seek it while cloaked in orange and brown. As the 2025 season looms, each back stands at a crossroads. Barkley confronts history's caution. No player has repeated a 2,000-yard campaign, and his 345 2024 carries rank among the most ever by a back, raising sustainability questions. Yet his integration into a championship culture and proven durability through ACL rehab imply he's primed to redefine post-heavy usage trajectories. While Chubb's reclamation of pound-for-pound hierarchy hinges on his renewed burst and contact violence, trainers who witnessed his lateral drills and weight room prowess in Houston project that once full strength meets refined technique, Chubb will reassert his status atop efficiency charts. Their stories and the metrics that chronicle them invite broader questions. Will the next generation of running backs merge Barkley's agility power synthesis with Chubb's unrelenting force? How might offensive schemes evolve to harness pound-for-pound standouts in an era of spread formations and committee backfields? However, as football's collision cadence quickens, the achievements of Barkley and Chubb illuminate the timeless allure of relative strength, where every extra yard after contact testifies to the unyielding spirit of gridiron warriors. So, Saquon Barkley and Nick Chubb have crafted twin legacies rooted in power relative to frame. Each emerged as a unique embodiment of strength, translated into highlight reel runs and analytical supremacy in yards after contact. Their intersecting narratives like exceptional college careers, instant NFL impact, devastating injuries, and indomitable comebacks mirror the cyclical nature of triumph and tribulation in football. Yet where Barkley chased rings across city lines, Chubb chose the harder route of unwavering franchise loyalty. Their journeys, though divergent in destination, converge in grit. In an era of fleeting allegiances and fleeting bodies, they remind us why we marvel at strength that defies size, and why, pound for pound, both stand atop the pantheon of modern NFL running backs. So what are your thoughts about this video? Share with us in the comment section below. We would love to read them. Also, if you like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content.